So in the last video, we talked about all these shifters in the demand curve and how they might influence the demand for a good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at what that looks like on a graph. And so we're going to take these shifters: population, income, expectation, taste advertising, and related goods. We're going to go through a few examples and look and see how that impacts our original model that we had set up over here, this demand curve that we have on this side. Okay, so the best way to do this is just take a look at a few examples, and we'll use Coke, continue to use Coke as our example. So what we're graphing is Coke. This is the price and the quantity, like our original example had for Coke. And to make it simple, we're gonna kind of replicate our graphic or our table that we had. So what we had is price and quantity. And then we said at 10 cents, I think there were 20, right? And then we said at 20 cents, there were 15, and at 30 cents, there were 10, and at 40 cents, there were 5, and at 50 cents, there were 0. Okay, so with this, what we're going to do is we'll look at these kind of one at a time, and we'll see what happens. So actually, let's do it like this. We'll start with green, and we'll consider green an increase. And so we've got black as our original numbers, and we're going to set up a column right here. And what this is going to do is when one of these outside factors change things, they're going to change the whole model. So you can almost assume that this column of quantity is just gotten rid of completely. And we're going to get a whole new kind of set of people that want this good at a variety of prices. So let's look at the first one where population changes, right? So if we double our population, well, before at 10 cents, there were 20 people that were willing and able to buy Coke. But let's say you double your population. You know there's going to be some Coke drinkers in there. There's going to be a few people that want to buy at 10 cents. And so let's say now at 10 cents, instead of 20 people wanting to buy, remember, nothing changed about Coke. Still talking about Coke at 10 cents. But now since we have more people, now there's 25 people that want to buy Coke, right? And at 20 cents, before there was 15, and now there's 20. And before at 30 cents, there was 10, and now there's 15. And 40 cents, now there's 10. And at 50 cents, now there's 5. Right? So our quantities changed at each one of these. Okay, so here, let's set up our original curve that we had, where something like this. Right? We could plot each one of these, right? We had 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, and 50 cents way up here, right? And so this was 10 cents, so we were at like 20, and something like 15, and 10, and 5, and 0, right? So now these green numbers, right, they're all out here farther. They're all plotted out here. So at 10 cents, we're at like 25, which is going to be like there. And at 20 cents, we're at 20, which is now it's like out here. And at 30 cents here, 40 cents here, 50 cents here. So this whole line kind of shifted to the right, or you could say it increased, it shifted up. So every price quantity combination changed. It all shifted to the right. At every price, the quantity is higher than what it was before. So this is called an increase in demand. What causes an increase in demand? Some outside factor, right? What causes a change or an increase in the quantity demanded? Fall in price, right? We did that originally, right? That's way back over here. What causes an increase in demand? Some outside factor, increase in population. Well, what happened if we had a decrease in population? Well, a decrease in population would cause all of our quantities to go down. Let's compare it from our original, right? So if we halved our population, if our population went in half, right? Maybe this is 10, and this is 7, and this is 5, and this is 2, and this is 0, right? And so we have all of these down here somewhere, right? So this decreased, or it shifted to the left, like that. Right? And so that would be a decrease in demand. Something like that. So if the population went down, we'd decrease our demand. And so we can walk through each one of these examples and we can say, does that increase? Does that shift the demand curve to the right? Or does that shift the demand curve to the left? Remember, these are the shifters of demand. What does not shift demand? Remember, price does not shift demand. Price changes quantity demanded, which is what makes up the model originally, where we had prices here and quantities here. This setup is the law of demand, the inverse relationship between price and quantity, right? That's different than this stuff over here. While the law of demand still applies, what we get are these new columns, right? We get shifts of the whole curve because some outside factors changed. So let's do one more as we're talking about this, all right? So is it going to be increase in demand or is it going to be decrease in demand? So let's say the price of a complement goes down. I'll say it again. The price of a complement goes down. So how would we figure that one? All right, well, let's use Pepsi as our complement. And we said the price of Pepsi goes down. What's going to happen to Coke? Well, if the price of Pepsi goes down, more people are going to buy Pepsi and fewer people are going to buy... Oh, I said this one wrong. What did I say? I said a complement. Pepsi's not a complement. Pepsi is a substitute. All right, so complement. We use chips as our example. My mistake, right? So if chips go down in price, right, more people are going to buy chips. More people are going to buy chips, right? This is a complement. And therefore, more people are going to buy Coke because you buy Coke and chips together. So that causes an increase in demand, or it shifts the demand curve to the right. So since more people are buying chips, they're going to buy more Coke at every possible price. And so you imagine it like this. Before at 10, they bought 20. Now since chips are cheaper, they're buying more, so they're buying 25 Coke. They're buying 20 Coke. They're buying 15. They're buying 10. They're buying 5 at all of these varieties of prices. Okay? So these are called the shifters in the demand curve.